going on there, guys? We back with another one. Today we got to talk about that Brandon Marshall, Ryan Clark issue. Pretty much I Am Athlete versus the Pivot, and we all seen this coming as Brandon Marshall's been taking little shots here and there for quite a while, you know, and it's come to a head now with Ryan Clark, Fred Taylor, all these guys, you know, Shannon, all of them are addressing this for the first time publicly, you know, in detail and in depth. And Terrell Owens also called him out and said that Brandon Marshall is a very greedy person, you know. And what I will say is everyone that started out with you, when no one is fooling with you anymore, I kind of look at it like it might be you in the business practices that's going on. It's just how we naturally see it, you know. So it's always two sides to every story, right? So I wasn't in those meetings with those guys, but what we do have is what they said, and we about to check that out. Let's peep.
What I do know is when he wanted to be the second or third person to get a contract to do TV while he played, he came to the first one. And I had that conversation with him. And when we started and we got together, you know, I told y'all very early, I was like, look, you know, we still have a working relationship. Mo Wells, who's no longer with him because of some of the same bad business practices, was there. I was gonna go train the DBs. I said, so I would like to tell him. We were still working on our business end, and out of respect for my new colleagues, my new friends, my new partners, my new teammates, I said, I'll tell him when it's time. When it got to that time, I called him, he didn't answer. Then I called back, left a message, news breaks, whatever, we finally speak. And when we spoke, like I was very candid with him. You haven't done anything to me. The business practices or what you have with my three new partners is the business practices you have with them. Right. Does our relationship need to change? You know, and he said, you know, I just need to gather my thoughts. I'm kind of taken back right now, whatever. I said, I understand that. This is a lot, no problem. And so from there, you know, he kind of tells me he's hurt and all those things. I said, I understand. I was like, look, I'm still supposed to come down and train the DBs at House of Athlete. Do I need to find you somebody else? Because I don't want to leave those young men hanging. Mm-hmm. I think it was the Super Bowl in LA. Yep. You guys are splitting to go one way. I was heading back to another spot. So I was walking away and Alicia was close. And obviously at this point, she didn't really want to be face to face with him, but that was Alicia. And I understood that Alicia and he had whatever, but I didn't. Mm-hmm. Right? And so this was one of the lies he told on me. He said I walked by him. I ain't walking by no fucking body.
I watched you dap him.
But so I walk up to him and I look him in his eye and I shake his hand. Because to me, there's an opportunity to tell me we are no longer cool or we have a problem. Whatever it is, I'm comfortable with it, but I want to talk about it like a man because, man, we are grown adults with children. We can't walk around beefing. We can't walk around fighting. Let's walk around with an understanding of how we'll move around each other so everybody's respectful, or at least everyone's aware. Walk up to him, shake his hand, I think everything's good. Mm-hmm. So for weeks, I'm on Zoom calls teaching these DBs. I don't have time for Zoom calls to not be getting paid for them, but with an understanding we had with him and the understanding I had with Mo, I do that. Then it's time for me to go down and train him. And he sends his assistant down, doesn't come down himself, doesn't call me to tell Mo that he doesn't want me in the building, which is fine, but I gave you that opportunity before. So now you've let me know indirectly, passive aggressively, that we have an issue. Cool. Even after that, man, every time he would say something about me or his new partners would say something about me, I'd take the high road because I'm winning. Right. He ain't talking about you if this sucks. Bingo. He ain't talking about you if this ain't good. It's hard to have to admit that it's phenomenal. It's hard to have to admit that this was my vision for what I was doing, but I'm not a good enough person to get it there.
Drop the damn ball.
And the thing is this, in my imperfection, I got grace for him. I said from the beginning, I think we both should have the opportunity to win.
Brandon Marshall might be the biggest coward on the planet, simply because he's on his clout chasing tour. Obviously, I've read some of the comments and a lot of people agree that he's embarrassing himself. I think the real question is, where are those people that started with him? You know, me and Shannon, Ocho, all the other people that were on the show that he went to recruit after Shannon and I left. Everybody disappeared. And if you were right, if you stood for anything, if your integrity was high, then people will still, rock with you. But nobody's there right now.
Motherfucker acting like he made me. That's the thing I can't stand. How you make me when I made your podcast, or our podcast supposedly, but it really wasn't ours, as we found out. Then go to another one, create another thing that blows up bigger than that even was. That's the thing that got hot about me. Bitch, you ain't make me. Pauline Pope and Randy Crowder made me.
Are you getting compensated at all throughout this process?
I still haven't taken any money. I'm in the negative $12 million. Like to this day, like everybody else have ate and eaten well off of this platform. And I wouldn't change it for the world, because like to me, I still visualize being on that second mountain at the top. Like, damn, Barstool just completed herself for $640 million. Joe Rogan did what with Spotify? $300 million. That's what keeps me going. I already felt that, bro. Like,
You've been eye to eye with your demon. Like you comfortable with being uncomfortable, so to speak.
That's not Rolex, Maybach.
That's just nothing.
We did that. Making $100 million in a career, like I've done that. I did that. Like I have an opportunity to do much greater and much more. So like that's what I'm on now.
So to hear Brandon Marshall's side of the story, he's saying that over the years since he started this platform that everybody else ate but him, and he hasn't taken a salary. Now, that's not uncommon for businesses in its infancy stages. It takes a while, to start something from the ground for you to start seeing profits, taking money and really it's starting to feed your family. And everybody know that's going to be a process. But he says, he's down some money since this started. And you see T.O. and others, speaking on his compensation practices and how he's not paying his employees and berating them and talking crazy to them behind the scenes. And, that kind of comes with the territory a little bit, but these are grown men that they don't got to put up with that. All these guys have successful NFL careers and they have some money. So you got to watch your mouth, man, how you talk to these people, So I just, I hate that it's gotten here, to be honest with you, because they started I Am Athlete and it was something new, something fresh. And, I was like, yeah, they figuring it out. And these brothers was like all football players. So it was a good look. We had seen like some basketball guys trying to get into space, but seeing them, start what they had, it was really refreshing. But the pivot has gone on, and now it is the bigger of the two platforms. And I think, when stuff starts to get public like this, that's what makes it to the point of no return. I always thought those brothers may have had a chance to let some time go by. Time can heal, a lot of wounds. And I thought they would not even necessarily come back and work together, but at least make an appearance on each other's platforms and say, oh, they good and, we stronger together. Even if we ain't necessarily doing the business together, we went our separate ways, but we're still able to be with each other in work environments, man. And I thought they were going to be able to do that, but evidently not, man. I want to know what you guys think about this in the comments, though. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time. Peace.